Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lynn Wilson and welcome to my home, and thanks for coming over and having a visit with me. I went to my mom's not tonight, 2 nights ago, and we were leaving. I took her to do some shopping. My parents are older and help them out now, and she said, oh, by the way, a friend of mine popped over with some food and I don't need it all, and I have 3 bags of food for you. So again, blessings from above on free food. There's nothing better that fits the budget than free food. So I think they might be from a food pantry based on what I peeked into the bag and saw, but who cares? I don't care. Do you care? Free food, stock up the pantry. But I think actually I will be getting another delivery, believe it or not, from another friend that called me and said, are you going to be home Wednesday? I have some bags of food for you. I'm not making this up. This is the life of Lynn Wilson. This is not a fairy tale. This is my real life. And I am blessed to have people in my life that look out for me and share with me. But you know what? I in turn do the same thing for others. We're constantly doing for others. And I just think that, you know, you give a little, you get a little, and so on. So I am going to show you what's in the bags, what I have, what I probably will keep, and what I won't keep. But this is going to be a double duty. I'm going to do a quick also review of a couple things I got at Dollar Tree I wanted to share with you. So let's look in the bags and see what we got. Whoop. Sorry about that. Okay. Butter herb skillet dinner. Add tuna. Oh, this way. That would be better. That's a better side. So fettuccine pasta, creamy butter and herb sauce. I think I'm going to try that. That sounds pretty good. So like a tuna casserole. You know what'll go good with this? You guessed it, fry bread. Oh yeah, if you haven't checked out my video, many of you asked how to make fry bread. Oh, I wish I could remember the viewer's name. It might have been Colleen. Colleen, I think it was you who mentioned let it sit for a little bit. Like I don't. I just do it right away, let it sit. I had tried that a while ago and I forgot. I did let it sit. And it was a little bit more of a different texture. I wouldn't say either one was better over the other. It was just different. So if you make the fry bread and you set it aside and then you work on this and then you go back and make it, that's great. If you just make the dough right away and cook it up, that's good too. But I think I might make a nice salad. What do you think? Salad with this, tuna casserole, and some fry bread. Sounds like a plan. Okay. Another bag of rice. We're not big on rice in this family. I think we're going to learn to like rice. That is one huge bag of rice for me. 3-pound bag. I know if you have a large, excuse me, a large family, that's not a lot, but for me that's a lot. Okay, we have creamy peanut butter. ABC peanut butter, it says. We have Hampton Farms creamy peanut butter. And what would peanut butter be without? Then jelly. So we got jelly. Now, I am not a big jelly. I like jam better. But I do like using jelly if you have like kielbasa or some kind of smoked sausage or the little sausage, what do they call them? Little smokies. Even meatballs. You take this and some barbecue sauce or this and some chili sauce. Just dump it. Literally dump this, dump the chili sauce, dump this, and dump the barbecue sauce. And sorry, that's my dog snoring. It makes a great, delicious barbecue meatball. Not just the barbecue sauce, so you have to use the jelly with it. Or the chili sauce if you like it with kick with the jelly. And the smokies or the kielbasa. Ooh, good recipe. Okay, peanut butter. I have to admit, I'm overloaded with peanut butter. So I think these 2 peanut butters are going to go and bless somebody else. All right, we have a can of pasta sauce for cheese. Absolutely, I can use that. We have a ramen. My son will love that. We have a can of ground pork with juices. A can of meat, which is good. It says pork and salt. And expiration best used by 2022. We got a long shelf life on this. Have you ever used the ground pork? Anybody ever use this? It just doesn't sound appetizing. Leave a comment below. Have you used it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Any suggestions on how you would use it? Any recipes that you can share would be great. I don't know if I want to keep that or not. Another can of pork. This one is Lakeside. I think that was one that one of the viewers actually recommended, was Lakeside canned meat. So that one's Lakeside. Okay, here's Lakeside beef. Now, I got a can of beef from my other friend last week when I did a free food haul, and one of you recommended that this is excellent beef and that you can get it, I believe, on Amazon. I never, because I even said I don't even know where you would buy canned beef. So she said on Amazon and in Walmart.com. Who would have known? I didn't know that. And then one of my other viewers asked me, where can you get canned meat? So if you're listening, Walmart.com and Amazon. And the Lakeside brand, somebody highly recommended. So we'll see. Okay, a can of kidney beans. Beans are always good. You can add them to soups. A can of tomato soup. My husband will love that. Spaghetti and meatballs. That's always good to have on hand. Tomato sauce, another good can of that. And organic pinto beans. That sounds good for soup. Adding to that. And then bumblebee chunk light tuna and bumblebee chunk light tuna. So, okay. So let me put some of these in the bag to make some room here. And I like to tell you what I use things for, or what I don't use them for, or what I like and I don't like, because I learn from you guys. If you have a YouTube channel, I love what people have to say, and you get ideas from them and so on. And I've had a couple of you say, you don't need to share all that. Well, you do you, I'll do me. I like sharing, and if you don't like what I'm saying, then skip over it and catch another video. But I always like to learn from people, and I just assume somebody out there is going to learn something here too. So we have a small red beans. Okay, can of that. These are the best things if you can get the pull tops. You know, power goes out and you don't have a hand can opener and you got the pull tops, you're in good shape. Ah, a can of coffee. In our home, Wilson home, coffee. Oh yeah, baby, we're in. Okay. Vegetable, lentil, and roasted red pepper soup. Man, does that sound good. What do you think, Graham? Okay, again, fry bread and this soup, dip it. Oh yeah, that sounds yummy. Okay, we've got a can of chicken with broth and a can of chunk white chicken. So this is by ShopRite, and this is chunk chicken with broth, ground chicken added. So I guess that's kind of like getting albacore tuna and a chunk light tuna from, if you get a can of tuna, I guess that's what that's like. I'm not familiar with that. Lentil soup. Now this I don't like on its own, but I do like this over maybe rice, pour that over rice, or just adding this to a batch of homemade soup and I need a little doctoring up. I would add something like that for the flavor and for the lentils in it. Macaroni and cheese, a little squished, but who's gonna know? All right, we also have, oh, can of cream of mushroom soup. That's always handy. And we have a bag of split peas, which I think I am overloaded with this as well. So I think I'll pass this along. I make homemade split pea soup. I probably make one of the best split pea soups around. My dad loves it, so I make that quite often, and I've been thinking about trying a very old-fashioned recipe, peas porridge. You know that peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. So I thought it might be fun to try that, but I don't know. I do have quite a bit of that, so I think I might pass that along. We'll see. I will decide on this one. I'm keeping the vegetable, lentil, and roasted red pepper. I gotta try that, hands down, with fry bread, no doubt. Okay, so that's the free food that I got. I think most of it again is from a food pantry, which is fine with me. So I'll take what I can use and I will bag it up and I will bless somebody else. And then usually what I do when I do that is I like to go through my pantry and see if maybe I bought things that, like, I bought 2 of them and we ate one and we didn't like it. I can pass it along. I just gather up what I don't think I'm going to use in my pantry and I give it to someone else that's in need. Why not help a fellow friend and, just another fellow human being that maybe is having a rough time. And hunger is a big thing. And you can't think straight if you're hungry. And there's many people that are embarrassed to admit that they don't have money for food. So I don't want to embarrass anybody. I just tell them, here's food. I don't need it. I'm overloaded. I want to bless you. And I'm thankful for when people do that to me. So, Dollar Tree. Okay. I got a few things. No judgment here. Nobody's saying, well, you could or you should have and all that kind of stuff, because I'm not doing that to you. But I buy beef flavored broth. This is a 2-pound. It's $1 at the Dollar Tree. It's $2.19 at Walmart. $1.19 savings to get it at the Dollar Tree. Yes, I can make my own broth, and yes, I make my own broth. But when I work full time and I come home and I have to run everybody every which way, I have 4 people in my family that no longer can drive or just can't drive because of a disability. I'm the only driver for the 5 of us. That makes me have to spread myself all over the planet. So there are some days I've worked all day, I come home, I've driven everybody all over the place, I don't have time to worry about making broth. I will do it when I can, but when you're in a pinch and you want to make something in the Instant Pot, you dump in your noodles, you dump in this, you dump in that, you put in your can of broth, cook it for 4 minutes, you got dinner in 4 minutes. So I have broth. I bought 6 of those to stock up. I've used all of mine in the stockpile. I also did get instant bouillon cubes, and I like to have these as well. You want to just stir up a quick pot of stew, broth, anything like that. These are at the Dollar Tree. They did not have beef, so I did get the chicken. I picked up Manwich Sloppy Joe sauce. Again, I know you can make your own. I don't always have the time. You say, well, it only takes a few minutes. So it only takes a few minutes to open a can and dump it. Sometimes you have to give yourself grace and you have to pick the battles. Sometimes we're not eating dinner to 8 o'clock at night, 8:30 at night, because I have not gotten home in time. So for me to do something like this, I can even tell my husband there's ground beef in the fridge. Dump this in it, throw it in the microwave. We're good to go. And I like what it says. It says cook it up. And number 2 is cook it up, the meat. And then number 2 is add your Manwich sauce. Number 3, ask to be called chef. And number 4, serve, dig in, and leave the hunger behind. I like their instructions. I thought that was cute. So $1 Manwich sauce at Dollar Tree. Sometimes it's just good to stock up on stuff. Listen, if you're with me and you know what it's like, sometimes you can't, you want to do everything homemade, you just can't do it. I'm not perfect. I'm sorry to say, I got to do other things. I do a lot homemade, but sometimes I got to go the other way. This is dumplings and chicken. This is very hard to find, at least at my Dollar Trees. And I found 7 cans and I picked up all 7. Yes, I cleaned off the shelf. It's chicken and dumplings is all it is, and my son loves this. So for a snack versus cookies versus this, I give him this. He's a teenager with hollow legs, and that kind of stuff is great. The other thing I picked up, they had Marie Callender's blueberry muffin mix, and if you watched my video last night, I did a 2-ingredient muffin mix for pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. So if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch that one. But I like to have these on hand. I prefer, that's one thing I do really like, are muffins from scratch. But you know what? Sometimes on a Sunday morning, I got to be at work at 7 in the morning, 6:45. I don't have time to do. I can take this. I can add an egg, 1/3 cup of milk. Listen, if you have to do water or powdered milk, do it. And 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Whip it up. These are done in 10 minutes. I've got muffins to take to work. And my men at home, they've got some muffins. So picked up a few of those for the stockpile. I picked up another roll of masking tape. You label everything in the freezer. I learned the hard way. We're still going, what is this? You know, once it freezes up, you don't know what it is. So I needed more masking tape for that. It's just good to have masking tape to label stuff all the time. It's just good. So picked up a roll of that. I picked up another thing of Dawn. Yes, it's $1. It's little, I know. But I like this to keep this by my wash machine. Spots on stuff, like if I cook and I get grease, or you eat pizza and you get the oil, anything like that. I have tried everything out on the market. Homemade, you know, this is foolproof, it works. I've tried everything. Nothing to me works like Dawn. I put it on and I take my finger, you know, my nail, and I just rub it in a little bit and I let it sit overnight. I don't throw it in the wash right away. It will not work. It needs to sit until like the next day when you do your wash. Throw whatever, even if the stuff's been in the dryer and you know it's like now dried on, and I'm telling you, at least for me it works. I put Dawn on it. I rub it in with my nail. I let it sit. We're good to go. Put it in the washer. 99% of the stains come out. So I picked that up. I'm almost out. And then I picked this up. I have not seen, this is new to me. Fragrant Booster. You know those little beads that you put in? It smells pretty good. I've never used this. I do make my own homemade laundry detergent, and I believe it Mornings with Granny said she puts this in hers, and I think Homestead Tessie, Mobile Home Living, I think she's put this in her. It does smell pretty good. Her homemade, and I've never done that, so I think I'm going to try that. I usually use vinegar with every load that I do, and takes out the smells from dirty socks and stuff from two men in the house. Oh yeah. Teenage boy. Oh yeah. Forgets the deodorant. Oh yeah. Maybe this will also help. So we'll try that out. This is new. I have not seen this at the Dollar Tree. At least it's new to me. The last thing I got to show you real quick, and we're going to end this video. Have you ever gotten Dollar Tree's magazines? Of course, they're $1. I am in love with all their magazines. There's one called Relish. It's on different recipes. They've had some great ones. This one is called Junk Overs, and it just shows you basically how to recycle stuff, how to paint, how to decoupage. Now, if you one day you'll get a tour of my house. I know a few of you have asked. They took a half a boat as a headboard, and they made a bed. That would be the type of decorating I would do in my house. Trying to see if I can see something real quick that'd be worthwhile. I thought this was cool. This is 2 chairs they put together, and they put, I don't know if you can see that, branches on the back, and they made a bench. I love it. Here's a stool they turned upside down and put a fabric liner in it so you can store your like Christmas wrapping paper and so on. Anyway, this one is called Junk Overs Upcycling. So if you want to check that out, you might want to check into that. This one is called Paint Anything. And it was all different painting techniques, from vases to lamps to fabric to bathtubs. You name it. There's one thing I want to see if I can find it real quick and show you guys, because I'm actually going to try it. And I told my sister I'm going to send her a screenshot of this. I should have had this folded over, guys. I'm sorry. I want to show you. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Dollar Tree sells Sharpies, black Sharpies. Of course, I can't find it. Why not? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hang in there with me. I know it's in here. I have to show you. I think it's so cool. Some of you are going to go, really? Okay, I love it. So they took a plain wood dresser and they drew a stencil on it. Freehand. You can, make your own, or you can copy it, and used a black Sharpie. And look how beautiful that dresser looks. I think that's awesome. So this one is called Paint Anything 35 Easy Projects. Listen, they're $1. When I'm done with them, I pass them on to a friend, and we keep passing it around. This one is called Relish. This is the Relish magazine. This one is on 19 meals in under 30 minutes with ground beef. Tons of recipes, all kinds of things. All kinds of things. Real simple recipes, cheap recipes. things that you can buy at the Dollar Tree. That's their Relish, that's their cookbook sort of one on ground beef this month. This one is on smoothies, 50 healing recipes. And I know you're going to say, well, how it's so easy to make a smoothie. I'm not a smoothie person. I'm new to smoothies. It's not something I grew up on. It's not something we've really had unless we went out to a restaurant. And, you know, not everybody knows everything about everything. Otherwise, we wouldn't have YouTube. And learning, like, this is something we have to do. So I'm not afraid to say, hey, I don't know how to do that. I picked this up. I want to read up on it. I want to see some ideas that they have. They even have a super power iced tea and a super powered iced coffee. So I want to try that out. So anyway, I picked one up on smoothies so I can learn more about smoothies. Save the best for last. For some of you, this is a big deal. Canning. Aha. Oh yeah. A Dollar Tree guide to canning. Let me tell you, if you're new to canning, if you're not new to canning, it's fantastic either way. They show you the tools and they explain what to use the canning tools for. They get how to get started. Oh yeah, it gets better. Lids, recipes, and so on. Water bath canning. You want to learn how to can? $1. Pressure canning. You want to learn how to can? $1. Jams and jellies. It goes into everything. It has fruits and juices. How to can that. How to can tomato sauces. These are some of your basic things that you would learn how to can. Salsas and relishes. Just want to share with you pickling stuff. How to can vegetables. And then it has in the back freezing fruits and veggies, an extra thing. No, that's not canning, but that's freezing. And sometimes you're like, I don't know how to freeze either. Some people are just, this is not their thing and they want to learn. So there you go. $1 canning and preserving. How do you like that? So that's it. That's my haul. Free food from a friend to my mother to me, which I'm now going to take from and also share the wealth, and some great Dollar Tree tidbits. So I hope you enjoyed this. We'll catch you on the next video.